warmed up, we need to get you being the noise and the excitement for this race. So let's see you on the to go. You're going to have to help me, London, for the countdown, and we will do the countdown from 10. So I'll need you to help me out with that, everybody. Well, the hearts are pounding. The riders are ready. Are you ready? Sprints at 3, 6, and 9. And we're going to do a countdown, so everybody, I need you to join in with me. Here we go then. 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Where's the camera? There he is. There we go. Come on, make some noise, London! That's it.
A phenomenal venue, Matt Stevens, for some great racing here, and Mick's decided it's now that we're going to go racing. He's bobbed down, he bobs away, and we're underway. First burst and some real show here from Rabo Liv Women's Cycling. No surprise there. They've got Lucinda Brand and Roxanne Neutemann also involved here. Lots of vision being taken right across the front line as everyone wants to know where everybody else is.
Well, this is a fantastic start here. I mean, arguably one of the most iconic locations for a race. When I first caught sight of this course, Carlos, I couldn't believe it. 5.5 kilometres. It's almost anything Paris can do, London can do better. I mean, we saw La Course riding up and down the Champs-Élysées only just over a week ago, and now these world-class women cyclists are doing exactly the same on the streets of London in the shadow of Buckingham Palace up the Mall. It's going to be a wonderful, spectacular race.
Who's going to reach out first? I saw Micah Kroger, the German champion, was on guard duty, I think it's fair to say, over on the left-hand side, and all of a sudden we've got a burst of pace, and it's Rally Cycling who've sent, I think, Emma White on scouting duties. The American just pushing on off the front here. Some great work as well by Riato from Cycle Pro, from Silence Pro Cycling. You won't get much silence here today. And there they head past Buckingham Palace. Drag up Constitution Hill, coming back down it, of course, and then past Buckingham Palace, down the spur road to Birdcage Walk. And no bird walk here, I'm afraid, as they go down to Great George Street. Then they'll make that turn again at Parliament Square. It's spinning down nicely.
Letting the other rider take her turn on the front. Just rolling through for BTC City Ljubljana. That is Spila Kern, looking very, very stylish on her Scott bike there, doing a long turn on the front. But it looks like the team that I glimpsed that was starting to try and organise their troops at the front, and they're one of the bigger teams that have missed this split, and that's the team of Wiggle High Five. Remember, they've got Chloe Hoshking amongst their number, as well as Danny King, so two riders who were definitely favourites for this race. Chloe Hoshking fresh off the win in La Course, but Wiggle Honda are going to want, well, Wiggle High Five, so are going to want a little bit of assistance at the front as we just start to pitch up this little drag.
It's a quality group. We've got formed various professional teams, incidentally, indeed both sides of the Atlantic, and the name kind of stuck as being a successful brand in the United States, and is still, of course, very much part of women's cycling. Action plan is assembling itself. Plans, of course, you shred them whenever somebody else's plans start to interfere with your own, and right now it's really difficult to gauge this one. There's so much talent here.
It certainly is, Carlton. It's the BTC City Ljubljana team on the attack last wheel, reminding me of the way Steve Cummings rides in the men's ranks. But indeed, another counter-attack here. Ljubljana really aggressive early in this race.
You can't counter out, man.
Accelerating hard,
position again.
really does. Well, it starts to eat into the reserves. It's all about making sure you maintain as much energy as you can.
This is Radotic doing a great job, just about to bridge over. I think it's honestly Dom, or the Belgian from Lens. The back of it, it's gosh, it's Lucinda Brand. What a star turn to have involved in this quartet. Twice a national champion, Lucinda Brand. Missed out on it last time by, but you can see the national flag upon her sleeves here with a hint of orange, and it's that sprint that they're coming up to right now. It means more than just money, this, Matt. There's a lot of pride at stake, and she takes it.
Listen, she takes it very well there, and in doing so just drags that quartet a little bit further clear. The Great Britain team now on the front, but just see the way the peloton just spread out across the road, and the effort did certainly take it out of Radetic. She sprinted hard to try and get that prime, and it really has taken a little bit out of her legs as the breakaway just starts to leave her behind, and it looks like in a few moments' time she'll be reabsorbed by the peloton on the on the red tarmac of the Mall.
Yes, indeed, red tarmac for a very good reason. It mimics a red carpet, and rolling it out today. So here we are. There is your first sprint prime. I'm not sure what the prize money is. And here we are. They're starting to cat mouse because energy levels are absolutely in the basement.
This is there's been a crash in the centre of your picture. It's all across the road at the moment. It's like Kirsten Wild on the left-hand side emerging from the back.
And here she comes. Kirsten Wild just picks it up on the right-hand side. Powerhouse figure that she is. Is she going to get mugged to the line? Wild gets the drive. She has another look. She has another one. And then she just takes a huge prize. Absolute perfect timing for Kirsten Wild. Well, there you see, it's a huge photo opportunity as well for all of the teams. If you look a little bit more, a little bit happier than others.
I presume they meant to have a plural on that. Intermediate sprints.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Yes.
To give it the correct English.
Just to be pernickety.
It's
our job occasionally.
Yes, indeed. It's great though to see that there's Mick Bennett just walking down there with Andy Hawes, just in the orange jersey. He's the course designer actually for the Tour of Britain, and they would have been instrumental in getting this race here and designing the course, and they've designed a wonderful course. That's why we've got this team here, BTC City Ljubljana, taking the opportunity to get a photograph on the Mall, because it's not every day that you get to stand on the Mall in your bike kit with nobody else there apart from yourselves. This wonderful, iconic finish straight. It really is wonderful to see.
It's a great sport, isn't it? And all credit to Mick Bennett, actually, for being a linchpin of it.
Indeed. Well, his company, Sweet Spot, in conjunction with the London Marathon Organisation, formed a company who bid for this race, the Legacy race, and they're running it. And year on year, it's becoming increasingly more important. As I've said on numerous occasions, this race is now part of the Women's World Tour. No doubt it will be here to stay. It's a unique kind of format as well, as we said, not quite a city centre race, too small for a Kermesse. Therefore, it has its own kind of unique identity, and it was very interesting to see the way the women raced it. Aggressive at first to see if any brakes would stick, but in the end it really was one for the sprinters, and that's the way the last couple of laps were ridden, save for one speculative attack from the Rabo Liv women's cycling team. It did come down to a bunch sprint, but a wonderful spectacle, wonderful race, and hopefully this event is here to stay. And as you say, we've got the men's race tomorrow, and of course the Sportif as well, where we'll have about, I think it's over 30,000 riders riding around the streets of London and out into the Surrey Hills as well.
You going to have a go?